So special.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hissing. And when it's so much, they didn't think I put the fix in. Get the game to go my way, they gon' thinking that I rigged it. If I say it in my raps, I would. Do it or I lived it. What you say in your raps is entertainment. You just kidding. Hard times, I got tired of being broke, so I fixed it. This pole get the job done. Nigga, this is stick shit. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back. We end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them 40 days, 40 nights. Shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose. No turning back. We end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them 40 days, 40 nights. This shit is endless. Reincarnation, so you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped, that's why I walk with a signet. Build it from the ground up, did it all independent. Don't put your head in my business, to the wall I'm appended. They say I walk around like I'm perfect, bitch, I'm sinless, blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with this shit, the other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me, wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a peer on me, that'll leave your family tree spoil you. Can't catch you, then I get your man, make him loyal. The only comp is me, and I'm trying to be cordial. I feel like I'm royal, in the change with the mind. I love a 10 with a sexy walk, but I'll take a switch with a 9. Gear up and go crazy when they tell me it's time. Empty the whole clip to the last shot like the game on the speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless.
Salt of the earth, then our taste gon' stale. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Rap is just a free throw. I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop them right now. Taking my home.
I was 24, trying to see 25. I was
burned down Sodom, turn Babylon into Rumble. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak.
Looked around, all I saw was death in the streets. That's why every time I speak, I put life in the beat. They ask me why I ain't smile, life ain't sweet. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Looked around, all us death is death in the streets. That's why every time I speak, life in the beat. They ask me why I ain't smile, nigga, life ain't sweet. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Nah, I said it best, you know we just surviving the times, and it's survival of the fit. Strong survive. That's why each and every day I pray to the Most High, cause most of my people ain't make it to see 25. I was 24 trying to see 25, but the shit that I'm spitting crackers ain't gonna want me alive. I was 24 trying to see 25, but the shit that I'm spitting crackers ain't gonna want me alive. I was 24 trying to see 25, but the shit that I'm spitting crackers ain't gonna want me alive. Less it's 25 to life and I'm stuck in a cell. 23 hours to slot, yo my nigga, that's hell. We the salt of the earth and our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people to fail. We the salt of the earth, our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people. We the salt of the earth and our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people to fail. It's time to come together, that's the only way to excel. May the Lord's anger rain down fury like hellfire and brimstone. Revert these devils to Flintstones. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble with it. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble with it. Burn down Sodom, burn down Sodom, burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon, rubble with the angel and the Lion of Judah, king of the jungle. Ephraim is the flame, turn the Esau into stubble. This is the patience of the
Mike test. Mike, you heard me?
Say it again? Okay. Oh, say. Oh shit. Yeah, he might not be coming to the clubhouse tonight.
Yeah.
We still put the bars together with anger and vengeance, praying that the breath of my enemies get extinguished. Niggas rhyme nursery like I'm here in Disney. How can I spit soft when crackers they wanna end me? Trying to take my life and my kids without a father. Trying to take my life and my kids without a father. Trying to take my life and my kids a father. That's why you see me rolling around with that revolver, 6-shooter on me like I'm in the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style next. 6-shooter on me like I'm in the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style. 6-shooter on me like the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style next. But they can't duplicate y'all where they recuperate. Came a long way from moving perks about the Super 8. Hotel, motel, wet-headed wholesale. Now you might see me with fringes all on my coattail. Hotel, motel, wet-headed wholesale. Now you might see me with fringes all on my coattail, looking like a Hebrew. But I don't beef over the web, just step to me when I see you. Nose triangle on that 50 cal Eagle. Not even a main event, it's just a preview. Right before the movie, big budgets and Uzi. Big butted bitches, low 30 up to the Thule. Nigga so groovy, come and check the stilo. I leave, they talking again, it's like I'm Debo. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic, nah, taking mine home. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. I'm done, drop the mic, nah, taking my home. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic, taking my home. So it won't fall in the hands of fuck niggas. Me, I play the cards I'm dealt with Trump niggas.
Shit is just different, man. What's on the difference?
Practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how...
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on West for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 144 the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippling. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. Disloyalties and death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind friend. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name. So you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. Either fold or salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she leaving, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.
All right, shalom, everybody. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, the Sunday Scripture Breakdown class. Sunday Scripture Breakdown class out here in San Antonio, Texas. Today we going into the signs that we ignore. There's so much stuff going on in the world today, and because Babylon is doing its job so well, we're ignoring things that we should be paying attention to as people that believe in God and believe in Jesus and the Bible and all of that. There are things that are happening right now that are very pivotal to prophecy and to the times that we live in. But because we have been so bamboozled by, life and distracted by the things. I can mute my phone? Okay. 1 second. We're so distracted by the things that's going on in this world. We're not seeing the things that we should be paying attention to. So today we'll kind of want to pick some things out to kind of heighten your senses on what's going on, so that you can be more aware of what you should be looking for. Do I even have to be on Clubhouse? Oh, sorry, Christ. Yeah, and all the things that we are ignoring. Let me start in Genesis. There are a couple of things that has always made the Most High move. Number one thing was disobedience. Our disobedience to the Lord has always made him move in a way that, hurted us. And not only did it hurt us, but he also wanted a certain type of obedience from us. He didn't want the obedience that we have today. Today, we have a different type of obedience. We have a mediocre obedience. Our obedience toward the Most High is very subpar. It's very Christian. It's I'm doing my best. I'm gonna try my best. That's not how the Lord has ever wanted us to obey him. He always wanted us to obey him wholly, completely. And we've lost sight of the true obedience of the Most High. And close that door. And we've now grabbed on to the obedience of the world. And the world's obedience is not obedience at all. It's just like a woman, like Christ told that woman that was sleeping with that had 5 men. He said, you had 5 husbands, and the one you with is not your husband. She's not married because she got too much going on. And what we're going to talk about today is the more you allow one mistake, then you might as well allow another and another and another and another. And that's where we are today. And the more we open up the door for sin, the more sin, or like the Bible says, hell enlarges itself. And that's something the Lord has always specified, but we've ignored. During the time of Adam and Eve, how many sins did they commit to get kicked out of the garden? Just one. That's how serious the Lord is about you obeying him. They did one thing wrong and they were kicked out of the garden. The Lord doesn't need a lot of people to get what he wants done. He don't need, that's the way we look at God, because he's so big. We think he needs a lot of people to feel, for you to feel right and righteous. And that's why the Christian church is doing such an excellent job with deceiving people, because people don't pick the little church on the corner, when they want to pick a church. They want to pick the church, with the big screens on the wall, with the big choir, the big banging band, with the cameras all in the aisle. They want to feel small in their place of worship because they think that's godly. And they want to be in the midst of thousands of people because they think that's godly. The Lord don't need a lot of people to serve him. He just needs one. He just needs somebody that's serious enough to actually do it the way he wanted to be done. And he will build the world around you. He will reset the earth around righteous men and women. And that's what we want to go to, because the signs that we're ignoring is that we need to become that one family, that one man, that one woman in yourself. You like they always say, you want to become the change you want to see. So in your mind, you need to become that one man or one woman that the Lord can be pleased with enough where he say, I can build a nation with him. I can build a nation with her. All right. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. Yeah, let's start at 1.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them. The sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Verse 3.
Stop. This is one thing that the Lord has never liked. He has never liked that we take wives of women that we just choose to take wives from. And it said, who was taking these wives?
The sons of God.
The sons of God. See, your Christian church have made you or led you to believe that a son of God in this context is an angel. It tells you that they're the angels, and that angels came down out of heaven, flew down from the glory of the Most High to come down to the glory of a human woman. First of all, let me ask you, can somebody give me the scripture that says an angel has a rod? No. Somebody give me a scripture, post it in the chat, that says they saw the angel in the corner peeing with his rod. Tell me that, so I can understand why they would just be so horny and want to have a woman to sleep with. Because the Bible that I read, give me that real quick. The Bible that I read tells me that angels and humans are different. We're not the same. You know what I mean? Angels don't sin against God. The angels of God, because you believe that sin is just something you can't control, it's something that you just can't deny. Even the angels had sinned against God. So how can I be obedient? That is the doctrine of your oppressor. Christianity, which we're going to find out today, teaches you that you can't please God. You can't be righteous. You can't obey God the way he wants you to obey him, because sin is just too strong to fight. Read what you got.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh.
Read that again.
All flesh is not the same flesh.
All flesh is not the same flesh. Go ahead.
There is one kind of flesh of men,
Mm-hmm.
another flesh of beasts,
Mm-hmm.
another of fishes,
Mm-hmm.
and another of birds.
See, you watch all of those mythical stories. You watch what was that? Xena and hobbits of Lord of the Rings, and what was the other one? Hercules. You watch all those different white mythical shows, and they show you a man with horse legs. They show you mermaids. So in your mind, a man can put his rod in a cow and make a man cow. That's what you can make them. You can put your rod in a fish and make a mermaid. That's what you think because of Christianity. That's what you think. But that is not true. That is not real science. You go and put your rod in a fish, and the fish, you're not going to have a rod anymore. What's going to happen? You're going to lose that rod. You're going to find out that all mankind is different. You're going to find out the hard way. And that seems like the way we like to learn, through death and slavery and losing things and people. But the Lord never intended for you to find out about evil. He only wanted you to know about good. Keep reading. Go ahead.
Like any other scripture, the Lord identifies his angels as his sons, is it?
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say yes or no.
Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies.
Go ahead.
And bodies terrestrial.
Terrestrial is bodies that are on the ground. Celestial are bodies that live in a different plane. Well, that means the same way you can't survive in space. You know how you need a whole suit to go into space. That means an angel body is totally different from a human body. Even though an angel can come down here and look like a human, walk and talk like a human, that doesn't mean he feels and thinks and wants to be like you. So the sons of God in Genesis 6 are men that are the descendants of Adam, because Adam was a son of God. Give me that. Luke 3. The last verse. What was that? 38? I mean, Salaki, let me look at it first. You know what verse I'm talking about? Luke 3. Yeah, Luke 3 and 38.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 3, verse 38. Which was the son of Enos.
This is the lineup. They're giving out the pedigree.
Was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God.
What is Adam called?
The son of God.
Adam, like it. Adam is called a son of God. Salakia. Salakia. Adam is called the son of God. That's his name. So the sons of God saw the daughters of men. Who was those people? Those were the other people that were living in the earth at the same time as the children of Adam, that were not the sons of Adam. And Adam's children, looked at those women, looked at those Kardashians. That's what he looked at. He looked at those Kardashians, and he looked at those what's another prominent heathen family? The Kardashians is good enough. And said, damn, and took wives of them. And the Lord was angry. What else happened? Keep reading. Yeah, Genesis 6.
Verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
At that moment, when we started to sleep with women of other nations, God was like, I ain't finna let them live forever. I'm not finna keep being with them. I'm not gonna let my spirit be with them. Right? Now, we already had got our lifespan cut down once with Adam. Then he saw us dealing with women of other nations and cut us down some more. Keep going.
That he also is flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Keep going.
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
Mm-hmm.
And also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children unto them, the same become mighty men, which were old men over renown.
These great and mighty men were not angels. It was they digging up bones, saying that the giants have been found at 25 feet. They the Nephilim. The Nephilim have been found. The fallen angels have been found, and now, that's the proof that angels slept with people. All right, read this.
The definition of Nephilim in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, a term rendered giants in the KJV.
See, what we know about giants were mighty warriors. Giants were men of renown. They were known for being a warrior. Just like a giant in the NBA is LeBron James. He's a giant. He's a man of renown in the NBA. Well, in the earth, back in the past, you had to be known for killing to have respect. You wasn't playing football or basketball in the past. You wasn't running track. You wasn't known for the high jump. You were known for how many bodies you had, how you could protect women and your nation. That's what you were known for. And that's what a giant was in the past. Keep going.
Describing certain of the antediluvian
Mm-hmm.
and aboriginal dwellers in Canaan.
The aboriginal dwellers in Canaan. Keep going.
Where they are identified with the sons of Anak.
We're going to get to that too. Go ahead.
No direct trace of a people of such abnormal stature has been discovered. There is ample evidence as to the underlying tradition.
Go ahead.
Not angelic fallen beings.
What does it say? The Nephilim are not?
Not angelic fallen beings.
The Nephilim are not angelic fallen beings. So now we can take the angels having sex with men out of your mind, and let's bring it back to reality. This is men that were warriors, that were killers. Give me another one. Give me Baruch. Give me Baruch 3. One more. That's right there. Baruch 3 and 26. Start at 24.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 24. O Israel, how great is the house of God, and how large is the place of his possession. Verse 25, great and have none end, high and unmeasurable.
That's talking about the Lord's love and his grace that he has toward his nation. Keep going.
There were the giants, famous from the beginning, that were of so great stature and so expert in war.
Keep going.
Verse 27. Those did not the Lord choose.
Read that again.
Those did not the Lord choose.
They were not the sons of God. The Lord didn't choose them because they were so great in stature and strong and fighting and warriors and all of that. Nimrod was a giant in the earth in that past. He was a mighty hunter. The Lord didn't choose Nimrod. The Lord chose the people that were small, farmers. He told a nation of people that, that were not known for their strength and their might. That's the God we serve. Keep reading. Go ahead.
This, I mean, Christian, doctor, why they believe what they believe. But according to them, if these are angels and the Lord punished them, right? Then Satan was the only one. It wasn't the only one that did wrong against the Lord.
Right.
And even when we read right now, it says those did not the Lord choose. So that's talking about more than one person.
Right.
And they said Satan was the angel.
Right. Well, they say Satan was the bad angel, and 1/3 or 2/3 of the angels fell with Satan. 1/3. I don't know, but they saying a lot of the angels fell with Satan. So you got the good angels and the bad angels. That's what they believe. Keep going.
God gave me the way of knowledge unto them.
God didn't give knowledge to these giants just because they were great and strong and mighty. Read the next verse.
Verse 28. But they were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness.
And this is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn that you're going to end up perishing over the foolishness of the world if you don't change. So you got a question? That's right. The brother said we known for being ants. That's what the Lord always want. Ants are a colony. They're a family. And they work together they survive by working together. That's what the Lord wanted. The scripture said, ask the ant, and he shall teach thee. That's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to come together like them, work, share like them. You understand? That's an excellent analogy. Go back to Genesis.
Book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 5. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
This is where you need to put your mind at for today. The Lord is seeing you sleeping with other women. The Lord is seeing that all of your thoughts and all of your imagination are continuously wicked. Continuously. Oh, like every thought that you think about, every idea you have is wicked. It's not righteous. It ain't got nothing about the Lord in it. It's just wicked. And when the sons of God start to think like the daughters of men, then there is nobody left to bring righteousness into the earth. They are wicked naturally. They are flesh naturally. But the Lord gave us his spirit. We are supposed to be the correcting nation on this earth that gets everyone in order. So if we start to think like them, then there is no way for the earth to get back in balance. There is no way for the world to become the way it's supposed to be. And that is in order. So what does the Lord have to do? He has to press the reset button. He has to destroy it. And that's what you're looking at right now. We are in Pride Month. And the world is just so desperately wicked. And every thought of its imagination is just to do more and more and more evil. And the Lord is about to press the reset button because you don't care about nothing else but your own lust. And your lust is what is going to destroy this place. And it's going to make the Lord's wrath come faster. The Lord is going to bring his judgment and his wrath on this earth because of how your mind works. Because as a man thinks, so is he. That's what you're going to do, what you think. Finish that verse. Finish that off. Go ahead. You had a question? All right, go ahead.
I don't know how they get angels out of it.
Oh, they just.
If it say, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great.
Yeah, like that. So man is being punished for what the angels did, but then a Christian to say, well, the angels went into the they were hidden, they were put in chambers of darkness. The angels that kept not their first estate. You know, the scripture in Jude that's talking about the Israel being kicked out of their land. They think that's talking about literal angels being, put in chains of darkness. But we're the ones in chains of darkness because now we call ourselves Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We don't know that we're the children of Israel. We don't know we're the sons of God. They because of mysticism, they make everything white. And that's the mindset that the white man is in. Our oppressor have taught you to read the Bible the way he views it. And he has a Disney mind. His mind is so, just animation. What is Disney thing? Give me something. Yeah, Little Mermaid is Disney. All these talking animals and the white man's mind is SpongeBob. Yeah, I mean it's his mind. It's the way his mind works. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. The Bible is a Black and Hispanic and Native Indian man's book. So when I talk about a snake, I'm not talking about a talking snake. The same way if I was talking about a rat, I wouldn't be talking about Mickey Mouse. What I'm talking about, if I say you're a rat, is you're a snitch. If you are a snake, you are a low down, dirty person. You have to understand the book according to the culture of the people it's talking about. So if I'm talking about Chinese culture, and I say in the beginning, there was a dragon, and the dragon came to the woman and the man. Now, in Chinese culture, dragons are excellent creatures. They are like one of their lucky animals, one of their lucky mystical creatures. And so now if a dragon is coming to some Chinese people and talking to them, this is not a bad thing. This is absolutely great. They're about to get a message from an angel because a dragon in Chinese culture is damn near God. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't understand the culture of the people that's talking in the book, you won't understand the book at all. And that's the problem. We see the Bible through the eyes of people that don't see the world through our eyes. We asked that man yesterday at camp, how do you feel when the police get behind you? And he said, I feel nothing. I don't feel anything at all. What am I supposed to feel? It's because we live on the same plane, but we live in two different worlds. And that's what you got to understand. These people don't understand our life. And it's our job to teach them about our God because the God of the Bible is the God of who? That's who God that they belong to. The Lord says it over and over. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Meaning not just Abraham, which would go to Ishmael, and not just Isaac, which would go to Jacob and Esau, but the God of Jacob and his 12 sons. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and none else. That's what he says over and over and over, because this is our God, this is our family, this is our book, and we have to know how to serve him, because if we don't, we're going to repeat history like we're reading right now. And that's why these stories are in this book, so that we won't repeat it. Go ahead, let me finish this.
Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. And it grieved him at his heart. Verse 7. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it repented me, and I have made them. Listen, the Lord was so mad at how we were acting, not how everyone else was acting. It wasn't a problem until the sons of God started doing it. When the Lord saw that, man, he's like, man, I'm gonna destroy everything. I'm gonna destroy all mankind and the beast. The beast gotta pay for what you do. Just like the beast and the fowls of the air all are paying right now because we are not sitting in the seat of authority. Now the dodo bird is going extinct. The lions, the tigers, they made a liger. Listen, they didn't mix the lion and a tiger together. The water's polluted, the air's polluted, all the shrimp, crab, and lobster getting ate up. The water is just, all the algae is growing in the water because the algae eaters are being ate at platters.
They kill all the buffalo. I mean, everybody is mourning because we are not leading. Go ahead. Like, what you doing? When I left and came back, my house is right here. Now you got your house here with a backyard. Like, what's going on? They looking at us like, damn, this was wood 6 months ago. But now I leave and come back for the winter, and you got your family over here. You the one that's out of place. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
God, sir. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect.
No, Noah did his best.
And perfect.
Noah was trying his hardest because no man is perfect, only Jesus. Mm-hmm. Everybody falls short of his glory. Go ahead. In his generation. See, this is the thing that we are raising in the ISUPK. We're raising men and women that are striving for the perfection of Christ and Noah and Job and all of the righteous men in the Bible who were called perfect and righteous and just because it can be obtained. But your Christian church has lightened your burden, lightened your load, so you don't have to strive for perfection. And that's why you go there. You pay tithes to pay to sin. You pay so no one would correct you to turn away your captivity. That's the problem. You don't want to be free because bondage is easier because you don't have any responsibility in bondage. Well, there are men and women that are being raised like Noah, and we want to be free like Noah. See, right now, everybody has free will. You have liberty. You have free will to do what? Whatever you want to do. Adam and Eve had free will. Noah has free will. Everybody had free will. But you know what you don't have the freedom to do? You don't have the freedom to pick your consequence. Right. You don't have the freedom to pick the punishment. You have the freedom to eat of the knowledge of good and evil, but you don't have the freedom to know that you are going to get evicted out of your land. You don't have the freedom to know that your son is going to be murdered and your other son is going to be a murderer. You don't have that freedom, but you are free to choose life or death. And that's what we're trying to give you. We're trying to let you know that look at all the death we've experienced because of our liberty that we tried to use. Look at all of it. Look at everything that you've seen through your family, your lives, and your ancestors, and your community. And look at how it has benefited you. It hasn't benefited you at all. So that's what we're trying to get you to understand. Yes, you have free will to do whatever you want to do, but you don't have the freedom to choose the punishment. You're going to, that means you're really not free to do what you think you want to do. You have rules that you have to follow. Because with free will, you know what comes from free will? No boundaries. You know what comes from no boundaries? LGBTLMNOP. Because now you're building a new hypothetical community. Well, if that's the case, if I'm free, what can I do now? I guess I was born gay. Wow, I'm free. So now I'm born. What else? I'm a born man that I was born really a woman in a man's body. I was really now you see where freedom goes. Freedom has no boundaries. Freedom has no fence because with no gate, you have no protection. That's why in the Bible it says that your gate languish. You have no protection when you have no gates. Give me 2 Timothy 2. Yeah, and then the Lord, I jumped right over it. And then after that, the Lord flooded the earth and pressed the reset button. That's what he did. Nope, he started it over with one family. One family. And that's what you got to understand. That's the same God we serve. And the Lord is going to constantly do this. He's showing you what he's going to do because of the things that we do. Adam and Eve didn't listen. They got kicked out. They started going through hardship and all of that. Who else? Noah didn't listen. The whole earth got flooded. I mean, everybody, all Noah's kids didn't listen. Then everywhere around where they were at just got flooded, and nobody knew what was. It was the end, but it was the beginning, and that's what you got to know that the Lord is about to do right now. He about to press the reset button. He about to reset all of this because your thoughts are and your imaginations are continually wicked. 2 Timothy 2:1. Wait. I think it's 1 Timothy. First, second. Yikes. Give me 1 Thessalonians 5:1. I'll find it.
This is the book, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Mm-hmm.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord is so coming as a thief in the night.
Stop right there. See, everybody thinks that nobody understands what's going on because Christians use that since Christ is coming like a thief in the night, that nobody knows when Christ is going to return, and nobody knows how it's going to be in that time. Read that again.
But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
He talking to the men in the school, and he said the time and the season, you don't need this letter that I'm about to write. Because what? Read.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord is so coming as a thief in the night.
He's like, because y'all know that Christ is coming like a thief in the night. But thieves, keep going.
Verse 3, for when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Go ahead.
As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Keep going.
Verse 4, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness.
Read that again.
But ye, brethren, are not in darkness.
Go ahead.
That the day shall overtake you as a thief.
This is what we're trying to get you to understand. That we are not in darkness. We see the world for what it is, and we know what's coming. We know what's coming, and we know how it's coming, and we are looking at the signs that our King left us for us to remember the things that he's told us was going to happen so that we know where we are in the times. Because we are these men that's in this school that he's saying, I ain't got a right to y'all to tell y'all. We know what's happening. But you are looking over it. You are ignoring it. Bread and circus is working on you perfectly. Bread and circus is what our oppressors use. If we give them bread and circus, they'll just, not pay attention to what's really going on, and they'll just enjoy themselves. And bread and circus is perfectly explained is the NBA, the NFL. That's bread and circus. Right now, everybody is focused on the playoffs. Everybody is getting ready for baseball season, football season. You're working so hard at your slavery, but you don't have time to pick your head up and look at anything outside of that. And you're missing what's happening in reality. You are so far into the world that your oppressor has you in that you are ignoring the world that the Lord is destroying around you. He's trying to take you so far into deception that now he's putting you into a virtual world. He's putting you into the metaverse So now you put your head in the, what's the thing called, the Oculus? Yeah, the Oculus. You got your head in there, and the real world is falling. It's smoke in New York. The skies is red, and you looking at you in the Oculus with clear skies. You don't know what's going on in reality, but you in virtual reality, buying property, getting a rib, making kids at the club, at the strip club. You at the game, you in there just living a whole nother life. You are living the life that is continually evil, because what you're doing is making a bunch of profiles, and so now you can be whoever you want to be. You a killer on Call of Duty. You a murderer. You got bodies. Then you a basketball player in the NBA. You living your dream. You're on your my player. You got a nice house, living good. You got to make yourself how you wanted to look. And guess what? In all of these, you can make yourself how you want to be. You don't have to worry about reality. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to eat healthy. You don't have to do anything, because you're 99 on every profile you made. So in your mind, that starts to sink into what you really think about yourself. Go ahead. Apple Vision Pro? That's crazy. Listen, they already got something out where you plug it up to your head, and if you die in the game, you die in real life. You got it already out. So, I mean, even in the virtual world, you're going to get killed, Doc, because wicked people can't make up righteous things. Listen, do you know how many rapes are happening in the metaverse? I had an article. Sexual harassment. Women are getting groped. They walking up the street in the metaverse and getting humped because you don't know who I am. You don't know. You can't find me. It's just an avatar. It's not real groping. What are you going to do? Take me to court? That's what this world is. Your mind is constantly evil. And that's what your children are being raised in. They're being raised in an environment to where they won't know what we've known. Like, imagine your children living in a society where there was never a closet. We've grown up in a society where people had to come out of the closet. They are growing up in a society where there was no closet. Every day at school, someone was telling them about a safe space with a rainbow on the door saying, if you a boy and you want to be a girl, you're safe to come in this room and no one can bully you. And they've been having these things pushed on them since they were 4. They have drag queen reading times. This type of behavior made the Lord angry. Matter of fact, before we leave Genesis, I was going to jump all over it. Let me get Lot. I can't forget about Lot. Give me Genesis 19. I'm gonna get straight to the point. 25.
This is the book, Genesis chapter 19, verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him.
So now, 2 angels came into the city. You know what I'm saying? 2 angels came into the city and went to Lot's house. And everybody knows that Sodom and Gomorrah, you have always heard about how Sodom and Gomorrah was full of homosexuality, but you don't understand the magnitude of the homosexuality that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. You're about to hear it right now, and it's going to blow your mind. Go ahead. Yeah, it was so crazy that the Lord, like Abraham before Lot went over there was like, you sure you want to go over there? It's like, do you want to go there? Is that the place you're trying to be? All right, man, look, be careful. So now the Lord sending angels down there, and Abraham being a righteous man, guess what he did? He prayed for the people in that land. See, a lot of wicked people, they wicked leaders, they always talking about they hellfire this, hellfire that, but they not praying for the wicked. Righteous men have always prayed for wicked men. That's the righteous job. We're the innocent. We're the ones that stand in between to, ask the Lord to give us mercy. Give us some time, help them. And Abraham said, if it's 50 righteous men in that land, would you spare them? He's like, all right, for you, I'll do 50. All right, what about 45? He went all the way down to the last number he could go to. And the Lord was like, okay, I got you. We going to see what it is. So now he sent the angels into the land. They go to Lot's house. Let's find out what happened. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came into thee this night?
Now, come on now. They said, we seen some men's walk through here. Where the men's at that came to your house? Keep going.
Bring them out to us, that we may know them.
That we may what?
You may know them.
Listen, man, they said, bring the men's out here so we can sleep with them. Now, I'm trying to say it the best way that I can, but that is where America is going. America is going to a place to where you are going to walk in the store and someone is going to follow you home and knock on your door and say, I like you and I want to be with you. And they're going to say that to your children because you have allowed sin to grow in this place. They're going to say, how old is that little boy? He's 5? Yeah, let me talk to you. I think I want to know him. I want to know your child. And if you don't stop the sin that's happening now, it's going to increase into that. That's what we're looking at right now. This is how Sodom and Gomorrah got like that because they were living with free will. They didn't have a gate around them. They didn't have rules. God, the Most High, gave us rules so that we wouldn't become like them. Keep going. Go ahead.
And it shows that alternative lifestyle is all about lust.
That's it.
It's all about lust.
Mm-hmm.
They want them men to come out just to have sex with them.
That's it.
That's it. That's all they want to do.
And that's all life is about right now. That's all life is. Why in the hell are you teaching 4-year? Why are you not teaching 4-year-olds red, blue, yellow, black, white, brown, teaching them colors? Why are you not teaching them the ABCs? That's what BCs you teaching them. You teaching them the gay BCs. You're teaching them about all of this. You teaching them all about sex, Ak. That's what this place is doing. Sexuality. That's what your babies is at school learning. Look, go to that article I just went to. I sent you an article in your messenger. I want you to read this right here. I want you to read the genders. Read the genders. Mm-hmm. It's a list of them. You see the A? You at A? Yeah, just read that.
We got A binary.
Mm-hmm.
Ambigender. Androgen. Androgynous. Androgynous. Aporogender. Autogender. Bacala.
Autogender? Did it say autogender?
Gender.
Keep going.
Bigender, binary, bisu, butch, caliber, cisgender, cis female, cis male, cis man, cis woman, Jimmy boy.
That's crazy.
Jimmy boy, Jimmy flux.
Demi flux is crazy too. Dual gender is crazy.
Jimmy woman, sex, eunuch,
come on.
Female.
Wow. That's the first gender I heard.
Female to male.
Damn.
acronym.
You just get the FT.
They didn't even know that there is FTM.
This is continual wickedness right here. Keep going.
Gender bender.
Gender bender. You got air benders, water benders, you got the leaf bender, and you got gender benders. So that means they can flip back and forward. Keep going. Gender fluid, like water, liquid. You change like gases to like what are we teaching our children now? That's what this world has become. This is why the Lord is going to destroy this place, because you're gender fluid. Go ahead.
They're gonna have a mental disorder. They're not even gonna know math. They're not even gonna know how to read or something like that. Regular basic education.
All right.
Because they teaching them like you said, the world of Disney. They teaching them about, talking squirrels and talking snakes and snakes that's not snakes. Like you brought up before, like not the birds and the bees, but the bees and the bees and the birds and the birds and the birds that used to be bees and the bees that used to be birds and the birds was fingers.
Right. Now that's what you got to teach your kids. The birds and the birds, the bees and the bees that used to be birds, the bees that got the bees with wings like birds, the birds with stingers like bees. That's what you got to teach your kids. And then you're gonna have to put it in the category. That's fluid, gender fluid. That's Digimon gender. Charizard gender. Flaming tail gender. Keep going. I want you to hear it, because it's 117 genders now. It's all the same thing, God. It's all the let me tell you how. Let me give you one more that's gonna blow your socks off. Pick another one just to read it. Pick another one, just read it. Mm-hmm.
Transgender female, trans woman, like transgender female and trans woman is on here. Like, what's the difference?
Right.
Between a transgender female and a trans woman.
This is what you do when the possibility when you let sin increase. See. Yo, listen. This is what happened when you let sin increase. Now, no. I don't even. We can't even try. Now read this one. Damn. Now read that.
It is.
No, read the question at the top.
Is it legal to marry a dog?
Now we're going to go into how deep it is going. Now we done heard about all the genders. Now we want to find out, is it legal to marry a dog? Read that.
Is it legal to marry an animal? Human animal marriage is not specifically mentioned in national law.
Read that part again. That's the part right there.
Human animal marriage is not specifically mentioned in national law.
Not specifically. You see why the Lord has rules and guidelines? Because what you will do is find the gray area to walk in. You're going to find that little area that's not specifically meaning this and not specifically meaning that. That's why you have to have rules. That's why. Because it's going to keep you safe. And the beasts and the animals. Keep reading. Go ahead.
That's how we are as people. Like, try to find I can't smoke weed, but can I eat weed?
Right.
Can I eat it though?
Yeah.
Can I drink the weed?
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to get high.
That's it.
And
now imagine that times 20 on a heathen that don't have the Lord's Spirit. They have a spirit of a beast. Yeah, imagine that. Now read this.
Human animal marriage is not specifically mentioned in the national law, meaning technically that there's nothing to stop you entering a state of holy matrimony.
What kind of matrimony?
Holy matrimony.
With what?
With your dog, cat,
That's what's happened. That's what the world is coming to. Because you've changed real holy matrimony into something wicked, now holy matrimony can be done with a dog, a cat, or a hamster. You can now love. Now, since love is love, now since it's not between a man or a woman, you can love whatever you want to love. Now people are marrying hamsters and trees, and they're having sex. Now, guess what they're starting to say? I was born this way. So you know what's going to go added to the LGBT? They're going to put a P on there for pedophilia, and they're going to say that they were born that way, liking children, because love is love. That's why you have to have rules on how to live, and you have to follow them to the T, because if you make a little gray area or open it up, then guess what you're going to be allowed to do? You're going to be allowed to broaden the span of wickedness. And that's why we're so serious about righteousness and keeping God's laws. Go ahead.
And it's crazy because a lot of today, holy matrimony, they'll throw their whole family away for that piece of paper.
Listen now.
They'll throw their whole family away for the same piece of paper you can use to make a holy matrimony
with a dog. That's right. That matrimony it has no value because it's not ordained by the Most High. That's what you got to know. The matrimony ain't holy if it ain't ordained by the Lord. The Bible says that sex is marriage. That's what it says. Now, you got to put that in your chest. You got to put that in your cup and drink it. Sex is marriage. With a man and a woman. Two men sleeping together, that is not marriage. That is fornication. That's what that is. That is unholy fornication. But America says it's marriage. So are you going to obey God or man? Go ahead.
Two-spirit.
It's two. That's agenda. Come on now. We can't make this up. We reading about your genders in your country that you love so much. That's exactly where we are. That's why the Bible calls America Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
Go back to where we was at. Finish that, Sodom.
Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him. A real nigga.
He is, man.
He know, like, bro, he shut the door behind him because he don't want the angels to see these niggas. Like,
he's trying to spare them. Yeah.
If they see them doing this at the door, they'll go ahead and shut this whole thing down.
Right.
He shut the door behind him. Verse 7, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Verse 8, behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as good in your eyes.
Listen, man, Lot brotherhood was on a whole other level. Because Lot said, listen, man, these men are under my protection. Like, the city was so wicked that the men didn't want the daughters. That's what you're getting to now. Women are butt naked on the streets, walking up and down the street trying to get a man's attention. And the men don't want them. The men are looking at boys. The men are looking at other men. They trying to get pussy. Yeah, that's crazy. Keep going on.
Verse 8. Slide here. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
Keep going. This is the part that trips me out right here.
Verse 9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he will need be a judge.
Mm-hmm.
Now will we feel worse with you.
They said, You can't judge me. Who do you think you are? You coming down in our town, living amongst us, and trying to judge us? Now we don't want the men anymore. We want you. We're going to deal worsely with you than we were going to deal with them. That means they wasn't trying to make love. I mean, they weren't trying to be together. They know that what they were doing was destroying people. They said, now we're going to deal worsely with you than we were with them. You know what that tells you about the homosexual, double spirit, gender, double digigender, all that? That is a lust that is an evil demon, and it is aggressive. It is way more aggressive than the assault and the rape and the molestation that you went through. It is rape and molestation on another level. That's what it is. And you are opening the door for it. And your children have lived in a society where there was never a door. Now, imagine that. Imagine that. Go ahead.
It's leveling up so much because one, they made it legal to be gay.
Right.
They made it legal to be an alternative lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that's taking it over the top is when they made it illegal to say something to them. It's illegal to say you're a he.
Right.
It's illegal to say you're a she.
Mm-hmm.
You're a woman. It's illegal. So now they got the law behind them.
That's what he said. He said, who made you the judge? Right. You judging us? You trying to tell us what to do? Now we're going to deal worsely with you. That's the LGBT community. They are blackballing everybody for speaking against them, for looking, for frowning up when you see them. You're supposed to smile and be joyful when you see two men holding hands. This world is going into a shithole that it is never going to come out of. And if you don't change your life and get into the truth, you're going to fall in the pit with them. By you saying, oh, well, I'll just let them do what they want to do, you are giving them permission to do it. You are allowing it to grow and spread to your house, to your children. See, that's what we learned in the ISUPK. What we learned is the Mexican problem is Black people's problem. The Puerto Rican problem is the Haitian problem. We learned that all the things that go on between us, it affects all of us. If we say the Mexican kids at the border, that ain't got nothing to do with us because we not Mexican. Then you're going to allow that to bleed over into your neighborhood to where now your kids are getting snatched up by the police. That's what you got to understand. You got to stop it as it starts. When you see it, you got to get evil from amongst Israel. That's what our job is. Keep going.
And they pressed sore upon the man.
They fell on him. They fell on him. They fell on him. Keep going.
Even Lot, and came near to break the door. Break the door.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the spirit that we looking at. Keep going.
Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut to the door.
This is the part that tripped me out. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door.
Do you hear what he said? He smote them with blindness. The angels hit the people outside the door with blindness, and guess what they was doing? They was still trying to find them. Like, if you get hit with blindness, the most important thing now is not the bussy. That's not important anymore. It's the blindness. I can't see. If you lose your eyesight, it's like, oh, wait, let's stop everything I was thinking about. They like, nah, boy, I hear you. You out here. They still looking for the angels. That is what this place is becoming. Well, the only thing that's important is your lust. The only thing that is important is that your lust is allowed and is put on a pedestal and is accepted and loved and embraced. And that's why God is going to destroy this place. Because you are just like the days of Noah, evil is continually in your imagination. And that's it. That's all you think about. That's all I need from this. That's all I need. That's it. Now, give me Matthew 11. What you got, Cop? Nah. Go to Matthew 24 and 37.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Verse 39. Now not until the flood came.
Knew not.
Oh, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
They were eating and drinking. What is that? Partying and giving in marriage. What is that? That's it. They were just having all the fun. They was drinking, getting high, having all the sex, male on male, female on female, orgies, all that. It was just living life lasciviously. And what did it say? Until what?
Until the flood came.
Nuh-uh. 38, the end of 38.
38. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark. See, they're not gonna understand until the chariots pull up. And it was that everything we've been saying was real. The chariots gonna pull up, and then what? Read the next part.
And knew not until the flood came.
And then they're gonna see how the wars and all the stuff that's happening around them, and they not get saved. Then they're gonna want Jesus. Then they're gonna want righteousness. Then they're gonna want to change. And it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. And what we're trying to give you is the opportunity to change. You know what I mean? Like, you've had chance after chance after chance to change, but you're just not choosing the Most High. You're choosing to do what you want to do. Give me 2 Ezra 9. You're choosing to do what you want to do and live how you want to live. Start at 2.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
When you start seeing and paying attention for real to what's really going on, then you're going to know that the Most High is doing all this. And he's visiting the world with the way he destroys it. His destruction is letting you know. It's just like labor pains.
Right.
That's just like the labor pains let you know what's coming. The baby. And what you're seeing is labor pains happening all around you, and you're ignoring it. Everything around you that you see every day in your house, with the death in your family, with the sickness in your family, with the drugs and the addiction of drugs and alcohol, with the heighten of sexuality all over the earth toward the small and the great. That's what we just read in Genesis. From the children to the old men, they were in Sodom and Gomorrah pushing this agenda. Now you got little kids wanting to be, want to change their sex. Gender benders. It's from the small to the great, from the young to the old. You're seeing all this happening. Well, this is the Lord. He is showing you that I'm close. I'm on the way. Keep going.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in this world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
But this is the thing. A lot of times you're going to forget until it gets here. And we're trying to shake you and wake you up before it gets here. Because it's coming right now, and you so caught up in all the housewives. You caught up in all your shows, and you're not taking serious what the Lord is doing and what you're seeing, and because you're so caught up in today's world and society. Yep. Keep going.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and end, and an end, the end is manifest.
Keep going.
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Verse 7. Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby you have believed.
That's what you're gonna have to put your focus on what you believe in, by what you do. That's how you're gonna get set free out of this place, and you're gonna have to do it the right way. So it's a conglomerate of things that you're gonna need to get out of this hell. You're gonna need to be in the right place, learning how to live the right life, and doing works the right way to get out of this hell. You got to put the right password in to get the door unlocked. And that's what we're trying to tell you, man. The ISUPK under Commander General Yohana is that place where you can come and learn that. We have a success rate of changing what people call niggas and spicks and thugs into righteous priests and prophets of God. And you know what? It's such a honorable job that we have, because we really are serious about changing men and women. A lot of people may be serious about getting a lot of people, but we understand quality over quantity. We are serious about changing the people that we have to be clean. That's what this is about. This ain't a show. This is about righteousness. Our king didn't die for a show. It wasn't entertainment. That was so that he could get a righteous nation, a clean nation, so that your garments can be white. Keep going.
Another one come. Faith shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Listen, man, over and over again, you come back into the earth, and all you want to do is what you've always done, and that's live your best life. You can't blame the Lord for whatever befalls you, because you chose it. That's the thing that makes it beautiful. You can't blame nobody, because you're the one making the decisions. You are choosing whether or not you want to serve the Lord or not. You can't say, oh, predestination, all this and that. No, you making the decision. The Lord just knows there has been people that have always served me, over and over and over again. They come back and choose me. You come back and choose you. No problem. No problem. Keep going.
Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case.
Then you're going to be in a pitiful case. Yeah. When you see the salvation that he's going to give, man, it's going to be a hard day. Keep going.
I have abused my way.
What have they done?
Abused my way.
When you see that Christ is really back and what we said was really right, you're going to know that the life you live, you abuse the Lord's ways. Go ahead.
And they that have cast him away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
And you that say, I'm going to do what I want to do, and you can believe what you want to believe, and I believe what I want to believe, and you can just agree to disagree, you're going to live in torment, just like the rich man. The rich man was like, man, send Lazarus with a drop of water just on my tongue. Damn, this is horrible. But what did Christ say? Christ said, doing your time, You was rich. You lived great. So why is it bad that he finally get a time to live rich and be happy? Well, that's what we're telling you. You doing what you want to do. You living your best life. You living on the top of the world. You happy and you doing what you want to do. When it's our time, don't be mad at us. Don't say, why can't I get this? Because you chose your heaven. But you choosing heaven in hell. Keep reading.
Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
You see what he said? In your life, you received benefits, but you didn't know me. You was rich. You was living your life doing what you wanted to do, having all of the binary sex, the gender fluid sex, the two-spirit sex, the hamster sex. You was doing all of the sex. You was receiving the benefits of the lust of your heart. No sweat, you get that. But you're not going to get that and the kingdom of heaven. No, hell no. Hell no. Keep going.
Verse 11. They that have known my law, will they have yet liberty?
You hated God's law when you had liberty. You had the freedom to serve him, to follow him, but you loathed his law. Keep going.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
When it was time for you to change, the time period that the Lord gave you to change and become a better person, you despised the Lord. You despised his laws. You wanted liberty. You wanted free will. Well, you got it. You got freedom. You got exactly what you want. Now live with it. Keep going.
Verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain.
Well, now you're going to know it after death by pain. You're not going to be able to be a ruler. You're going to know it from the pain that's going to come with being, at the bottom. But you know what? Like the Bible say, all Israel will be saved. All Israel, we'll never be slaves to another nation, but you'll never be a ruler in our nation. You'll never be the people at the top. And that's what we're trying to find out right now. Who are the people that want to rule, who want to be at the top, who deserves to be in the high class, the upper echelon of heaven, of the kingdom of heaven, where our King Christ rules? Those people are the people that's going to give up this world, that's going to deny their flesh, that's going to deny their lust. Everybody that comes and decides to serve the Lord, there are things that we wish that we could still do, but we deny ourselves for Christ, for our God, our King. That's what we do. And if you're not willing to do it, you don't deserve to get the reward that comes with doing it. Next verse.
And 13. And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished.
But
and when. But inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
The Lord made this place for righteous men to rule it, to keep the world in order. And now, when Christ returns, that's what we're going to do. Now, you have a window of time right now. You have a window called time where you live in right now, and you can show your quality. You can choose the Most High, or you can choose yourself. Do whatever you want. But don't expect to get the salvation that we read about in the Bible. Go ahead, what you got?
I wish I had this scripture yesterday. The brother asked me, he was asking me about like being righteous, but he was saying so if I'm poor, I'm giving them out, and I steal, but it's only like $10 worth of stuff. So like he's considering the level of punishment for his crimes. You know what I mean? Like if I do this, so if I do this, then what's gonna happen to me? If I go like this, what's gonna happen to me? If I do this wrong, if I do this wrong. Instead of considering the righteous will be saved.
That's it. Listen, the reason that brother has to consider those things is because he's alone. He wouldn't have to consider those things if he was a part of body. You know what I mean? Fingers don't have to worry about how they're going to move when they're connected to a hand, which is connected to an arm, connected to a body, which is connected to a brain. You don't have to worry about it. But when a finger is alone, then it's no use. See what I'm saying? And that's what people gotta put that in their mind. You are making life harder for you because you are by yourself. Life is hard because you are an individual. Like, you're trying to do it all on your own when the scriptures tell you to gather with your brother. That's what it says. Forsake not the assembly of the saints. It tells you to gather together, O nation not desire. Well, you should be gathering with your brothers in the assembly of the saints, so that you can get the help that you need, the brotherhood that you need, the unity and all that. The only place to have unity is in the truth, not in. Why is it that we always want to have unity in wickedness but not righteousness? We can unify to go bang on some people, we can unify to go and shoot and rob and go do something evil, but we can't come together to be righteous. No, the Lord is tired of that. His son died, and you know, he's looking down and seeing the crimes that you commit because of your lasciviousness and your lust, and he's going to deal with it. And I just pray that, you know, everybody, you know, that he that has an ear, they decide to change. Let me get Matthew 11:24. I think that's the one. 11:24. What's the scripture? What's the one? If somebody can help me, when they said the only sign they gonna get is the sign of Jonah. I want that one too. Read what you got.
They got Jonah, but you have that.
Yeah, what's that? I need that. Somebody can pull it. It is? Yeah, if you got that one, then read it.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse
39. Yeah. All right, that's fine.
Then certain of the scribes and the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. Verse 39.
And see, that's what everybody wants. Everybody want to see a sign to know, should I believe? I'm going to believe you when you show me this. I'm going to believe y'all that got the truth. Or y'all, you know how many times I heard people say, y'all the men of God, or y'all raising people from the dead, or y'all healing the sick, or y'all casting out demons, show us a sign. It's the same exact thing, guys. Keep going.
Verse 39. But he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign.
Go ahead.
And there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas.
The sign of what?
The prophet Jonas.
Go ahead.
For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale belly, so shall the Son of Man be there 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth.
Go ahead.
Verse 41. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, greater than Jonas is here.
Let me tell you something. That the people of Nineveh heard Jonah speak, and they changed. ISUPK been speaking since 1969, and you are not changing. There's a scripture that says, if Sodom and Gomorrah would have got the teaching, they would have changed. Sodom and Gomorrah didn't have priests teaching. Nobody came to warn them, but if they would have had the teaching, they would have changed. What's your excuse? It is going to be more. Give me that. Go ahead. What you got?
I was just about to say that too. That's why it's palatable for someone to more than here, because we got teaching, we got priests here.
That's where we was at.
I was going to say the sign that they got was Jonas.
Teaching. Yeah, that's the sign. That's the sign you better be paying attention to. He said, that's the sign you're going to get. Teachers. What you're going to get. Men that's out here doing this work. You know what I'm saying? That's who you're going to have to look to find what way you need to go. It's Matthew 11:22. Where you want to start at?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
go ahead.
Probably want to go up though, because when you was talking about other before, because remember said
Nah, it started 22. Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 22. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you.
Mm-hmm.
And Capernaum, which are exalted in heaven, shall be brought down to hell.
Listen, Tyre and Sidon were rich places. Capernaum was a rich place. And he said, just because you're rich, high statue, that don't mean you're not going to be brought down. Just like Babylon. You're rich, you have military might, you're strong and powerful, but that's how the Lord wants you. The Lord want to raise you up so he can tear you down just like he did Pharaoh. That's how he works. He don't want to. The Most High is not he's not a bully. He wants you to listen. Christ could have came back while they was throwing javelins and shooting bow and arrows. That's not a fair fight. He wants you to get missiles and rocket launchers and nuclear bombs. He wants you to get your weight up so it could be a good fight. So you won't be able to say only reason you won is because you got better technology. Listen, man, do you think technology is good enough? The white man thinks his technology is top notch right now. He's going into space. He's, got space stations and, he got lasers and missiles and all this different weaponry. He think he's ready to fight against the Lord. Well, he's going to fight against him. And he's going to see that is nothing compared to what the Most High has for him. And that's how Tyre and Sidon won. They were lifted up because of their riches and their power, but they were thrown down to hell too. Keep going.
For the mighty works which have been done in Sodom.
If the teaching that you're hearing, the breakdown that you're hearing and seeing had been done in Sodom, what?
It would have remained until this day.
They would have changed. They would have been cut to the heart. They would have heard them breakdowns. They would have heard Abraham talking to him and saying how the Most High was this and the Most High was that. And they would have said, you know what? Man, we do need to change. This is wrong. And Sodom and Gomorrah would have still been here. What is your excuse? Keep going. Yeah, that's right. That's what they're going to see. They're going to see you walking on water to come to cut their head off. Keep going. It's tough.
I say unto you that it should be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for you.
That's what you need to understand. We know that to this day, Sodom and Gomorrah is still dirt, still asphalt. That's how it's going to be over here. And he said it would be more tolerable for them than what you're going to get. That's what we're living in right now. We're living in a time where, the judgment is going to fall, and the only thing that we can do to stop or not receive the judgment, you can't stop the judgment. The only thing that you can do is change your life, be born again. All these times you've come back life after life after life, and you did not change. You didn't kill who you have always been. So this time, get it right and be born again. Change who you have always been and become someone new. That's what we're saying. Why don't you stop being so selfish? And why don't you just change and become what Christ wants you to be? Give me go ahead and read it.
Verse 25. At that time Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed it unto babes.
Yeah, he doesn't care about your social status. He doesn't care about how rich you are. He doesn't care that you're so high and mighty and wise enough to prudent. He said, I'm glad you hid it from them, because look at their spirit. Look at how they are. They think this riches and this wealth that they have is the reason that they are so great. When they don't know that it's you that's giving them the opportunity. And listen, I always said, I feel like when you get a certain amount of money, you turn your ears off to the Lord. People start thinking about the Lord when they lose things, when they're broken, poor. And that's why the scripture says it's going to be harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven than a camel through the eye of a needle. Because the more you have, the more you feel like God is with you. The more rich you become, the more you feel like, this is God, this and this and that. And you forget, or you just don't even care to think about anyone outside of you. And selfishness is evil. It's evil. Let's see another thing that happened in the days of Noah. Give me another one. Give me 1 Timothy 4:1.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits, doctrines of devils.
We see that happening. We see that happening so much, man, because there's so much seducing doctrine out there. There is doctrine that will make you feel like all you have to do is say you love God. That's it. You can, say you love God, pay your tithes, and you waiting on Jesus now. That's all you're doing, just waiting on the Lord. You already saved. Now, let's put that logic into real life. If you are in a drive-by and people are shooting at you, are you saved because you on the phone with me and you know I'm on the way? No, you're not saved. You're not saved until I pull up, you jump in the car with me, and I take you away from the scene. That's when you are saved. When you are freed from the trauma and the drama that you are living in. You're not saved because you're waiting. But that's what you think because of seducing doctrines, seducing spirits. Just because you put a fringes on the bottom of your t-shirt, you think that you know the Lord and you think you're righteous and holy, but you've been seduced because you have left and departed from the faith. Go ahead.
That's why when they have that days, like, you suck around for $1 million, that's the same exact thing. That same idea is what we learned from Christianity and other religions.
Yep.
Like, if you like what would you do for what amount could you gain to do evil?
Yeah, what does it take for you to sin? And okay, would you put a dress on for $100 million and a poor person saying just put on a dress? I ain't gotta do nothing, I just gotta put the dress on. And $100 million, I'll go ahead and do it. When your ancestor would have put his tongue out in his hand and said, kill me.
Right.
He said, you want to eat this piece of bacon? You want to eat this little ham? And he said, man, kill me. And a mother watched her sons die because they knew how important it was to serve the Lord wholly. That's what you don't know how to do. You don't know how to wholly serve the Lord. You know how to partly serve him. And he don't want your part half-ass obedience. He wants you to wholly serve him. Because when you didn't serve him wholly, he punished you.
Also, law in America against a man wearing a dress.
Yeah, they do. They do. Keep reading.
Another one, verse 2. Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Keep going.
Verse 3. Forbidding to marry.
Doing what?
Forbidding to marry.
What is this talking about? What is forbidden to marry? You're living in a society where they let you marry. But who can you not marry? What are they forbidding you to do with marriage? Yeah, like a man having more than one wife. They are forbidding that. That is new. That is some new doctrine. That is some new thing that has come into the earth where they forbid you to marry. Christ taught against it. Christ saying, listen, man, if you got a woman, don't leave the woman to get another one. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're going to make her be an adulteress. You're going to make her go out and now get another man because you put her away. Don't do that. That's what they were doing at this time because they were being forbidden to marry. Now we living in a time where they got a marriage license and they telling you, this is the crazy part. A man can be with a man and be married, a woman can be with a woman and be married. A man can have a hamster. A man can, live in an open relationship with his marriage. They don't have open relationships are not frowned upon. Men have open relationships and women have open relationships where they go out and sleep with different parties and come back in their relationship and it's all fine and dandy with the marriage license. They can do that, but you can't legally love two women. You can't do that legally. That's forbidden to marry. You can legally do anything else you want to do with your relationship, but you can't do what's not a sin to the Lord. But you can't do everything else that is a sin to the Lord. That's what this place is teaching you. Keep going.
And commanding to abstain from meat, which Yahweh have created to be received with thanksgiving to them which believe and know the truth.
Now, when did the Lord give you a pig to be received with thanksgiving? When did he say, you take that pig and you eat it in my name? When did he say that? Never. He never told you to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. He never gave you that to receive with thanksgiving.
Right.
Why are you doing it? Because you have been seduced by another doctrine. And that doctrine is destroying us. You think that doctrine is helping because you're getting more people. Because more people are listening to your doctrine. But the Bible says wide is the way to destruction and narrow is the way to righteousness. And few there are that find it. What you got to know, just because everybody like it, that don't make it right. Just because it's more palatable, that doesn't mean that it's good, better for the taste. That's the problem. You're trying to find something that's sweet to your taste and not bitter to your belly. Well, no, you're going to have to get the bitter. That's what this is about. This ain't about you being comfortable. This is about how uncomfortable are you going to be to serve me? Yeah, I know you got these desires. I know that's what you want to do. Well, will you not do it for me? Will you deny yourself for me? For your creator, your father, your what you say, your everything? No, it's easy to say that when you don't see him. But easy to say that. Well, we're going to see what you believe by what you do. We're going to see how much you love God by what you do. What does it say about love? What does it say in 1 Corinthians? Give me that. 1 Corinthians. Yeah. 1 Corinthians 13. 1 Corinthians 13. 4. Read that.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Charity suffereth long and is kind.
Charity is happy long?
Suffereth.
No, it's at peace.
Suffereth.
It always get what it wants.
Suffereth.
Charity, love, suffers long and it stays kind. What else is it?
Charity envy is not.
And it don't have no envy. What else?
Charity vaunteth not itself.
Go ahead.
Is not puffed up.
That's what you are. You puffed up. That's why you say, oh, I can't live like this, or you can't tell me what to do, or I'll be how I want to be. I can love how I want to love. I can do what I want to do. That's why the LGBT, the L is not for love. The B is not for blessings. The G is not for gracefulness. The T is not for tranquility. It is for lust, hate, envy. It is for all of the disgusting lust that you have. That's what LGBT is for. That's why it's not called gay love. It's called gay pride, because you puffed up, you vaunting yourself. What you doing? That's not real love. Because love suffers. If you have the type of lust in you that you just have to do this, suffer it. Have that lust and fight it every day. Have that desire to be a boy and you are a girl every day and fight it every day. And show the Most High that you really love him. Because other than that, you don't. Other than that, you're just talking. It's just, let's just talk. Tough talk. That's all it is. If you really love the Lord, you'll suffer all of that lust and that desire that you have, and you'll fight against it. All right. What time is it? All right, let me see. Give me Numbers 32 real quick. Numbers 32 and let's see. Oh, damn, that's good stuff right there. Let me just start at start at 10.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 32, verse 10. And the Lord's anger was kindled the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And he swore, saying, surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt for 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob.
Listen, there was a time when the Lord freed the whole nation out of Egypt. All of us, the righteous and the wicked. The time before that, he killed everybody. So at first he killed everybody. Then the second time he saved them, he said, you know what? I'm going to free everybody. Out in the wilderness, and boy, the hatred and the envy and the fighting that was going on in the wilderness, it was so horrible. We had to walk around the wilderness for 40 years. It was so evil. So then the Lord seen the wickedness and said, you know what? I'm not going to let anybody go into the land that I promised Abraham that's over the age of 20. What he said. Keep going.
Because they have not wholly followed me.
Because what?
They have not wholly followed me.
No, they doing their best.
They have not wholly followed me.
The Lord got tired of them because they were hypocrites. They were trying their best to serve the Lord. They were doing their best. They was living on grace. They was walking in the mercy of Jesus. That's what they were doing. They were not wholly following him. Your church have taught you that you can't wholly follow the Lord. Well, the Lord is telling you that he wants you to wholly follow him. Christ said, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect.
Right.
That's your job. That is how you have to serve him. You have to strive for perfection. Even the Christian church got a song that say 99 and a half won't do. That's a song in church. And then right after that, they talk about how grace and grace and grace. And just, if you know that 99 and a half won't do, then why is it that you just always talking about how you all fall short? You are being taught a doctrine that you can never make it to the kingdom. We're not teaching you that. We're going to teach you how to be righteous. We're going to teach you how to be like these 20-year-olds that's going to get the kingdom because what? Keep reading.
When it will come, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua, the son of Nun. For they have wholly followed the Lord.
They've done what?
Wholly followed the Lord.
Listen, man. Moses and them didn't wholly follow the Lord. Now, this is Moses. Moses did not walk into the promised land because he didn't do something that the Lord wanted him to do. But the younger men did, 20 and under. Listen, man, what we don't want to do is repeat this part of history. What we want to do is wholly follow him. And because now we have a sacrifice that we can now not die for our sins, and now we get the opportunity to change, because a dead man can't change unless he's born again. But if he's stoned for his sin, he can't change. If he's taken to court and brought before the court and the magistrates, and they telling him he's a sinner, we gotta kill him, we'll see you next lifetime, he can't change. But you get the opportunity to change. You need to be like Caleb and Joshua and wholly follow him. Why? Go ahead.
The Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generations that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed.
Yikes. You going.
Verse 14, behold, you are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of the Lord towards Israel.
Be going.
Verse 15, for if he turned away from after him, he will yet again lead them in the wilderness, and he shall destroy all this people.
You see what the Lord wants from you? He wants perfect love. That's what he wants. Perfect obedience. That's what he wants. And you can give that to him. You can do some things through Christ who strengthens you. You can do most things through Christ who strengthens you. What does the Bible say? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if you say that and you quote it and you wear it on your shirt, you know, you got it tatted on your arm. You say it every day. It's written on the wall on top of your house. You can do it. Do it. Stop making excuses to be a sinner. Stop being so selfish. Stop only caring about yourself and your own lust and your own desires, because that's going to get you left behind. And you won't get the salvation that has been promised all over this Bible, because the Lord is going to leave the wicked. He's taken all of the righteous and the wicked out together before. This time, he's only taking the righteous. That's what he's going to do. He's going to get the righteous, take them, because they the one that choose him. Now, people are so smart, they're so wise, you know, they scientists, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they read books, they got all this knowledge and all this understanding, and they so deep. Give me Matthew 16. Start at verse 1.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that would choose them a sign from heaven.
There you go again. Show me a miracle. Keep going.
Verse 2. He answered and said unto them, When is it evening? Ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today. The sky is red and lowering.
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 You can look up. You so wise and smart, and you so on point with everything. You can look up in the sky and say, "Damn, it's about to rain today." I got about 3 hours, and the rain gonna be here. You can read the clouds, and you can tell that it's gonna rain. You're so smart. You're so sharp. You know how to take a piece of another tree and wrap it around this tree and graft it together. You know how to, you know when the moon, when to plant certain things. When you plant certain things, it has to be planted on a certain moon too. And not just seasons, it's a moon that it has to be planted on as well, because it needs the moonlight as well as the sunlight to grow. And you know all of that. You got the breakdown on it. All right, it's tomato season, it's potato season, it's green season, it's pea season. You know all of that. Read the next part.
O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
You see all of this, you got all this knowledge, but you don't see how close we are to the end. You ignoring the facts of what God said is going to happen. You believe all the other information, but the information that God has about the end. You're ignoring the signs that is going to bring you your salvation or bring you your death. Well, in the ISUPK, we're not ignoring it. We're trying to warn you. We're trying to let you know that it is time for you to wake up out of your sleep. It's time for you to get focused and step into it. Step into this, because if you don't, you're going to die. That simple. You're going to die. I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm done. I was going to read this article about homosexuality, but I may save it for next week since we still be in Pride Month. No, I think I want to read it. Nah, I'll save it for next week. You got any questions? Okay, that's good. Go ahead. What's the first question?
Sludgy, could I get a general breakdown on Isaiah 66 and 3? Or Isaiah chapter 66, verse 3? For the sacrifices referring to the things we give our spirits to. He that sacrifices a lamb being abominable after the God.
Okay, let's read it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man.
Read the verse before this. So that. Okay, yeah, so that one.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house of he? Where is the house that he built for me? Mm-hmm. And where is the place of my rest?
He going.
Verse 2. All those things have my hand made. All those things have been. Saith the Lord.
It sounds like this is the answer right here. He's like, I created the heaven and the earth. The heaven is my throne, the earth is my footstool. What can you build for me? Like, what can you do for me? Keep going.
Saith the Lord. But to this man I will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word.
You say the one I'm gonna look after and protect is the poor, contrite man with a broken spirit. You haughty, prideful, you so righteous, you building a temple, you teaching, you doing this, you doing that, but you're haughty in your spirit. Keep reading.
Verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man.
Damn. Go ahead.
He that sacrifices a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck.
Yikes. Go ahead.
He that offereth oblation as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighted in their abomination.
He said, man, I don't see your sacrifice. You over here killing and making sacrifices. It's like you're sacrificing unclean things to me because you are unclean. You kill an ox, it's like you killed a dog. Like you kill something unclean and laid it on the altar because you are unclean. You're not for real. You're not changing. So what do I want from you? That's the question. If he's telling you I've created the heaven and the earth, he said, I've made all of this thing. What can you give me? The only thing that you can give him is what? All he wants from you is a broken heart and a contrite spirit. He don't want nothing else from you but you to change. You can't give him no sacrifice. You can't build a temple for him. You can't build another heaven and earth to please him. You can't do nothing other than what he wants, and you don't want to do that. All you want to do is what you want to do. And then you want to come and give him a sacrifice. He said, man, the hell with your sacrifice. You giving me an ox, it's a dog. You cut a dog's neck off, not an ox. You're giving me something unclean. I don't want that. I want you to change. That's all I want. Good.
Same thing like when Christian says, Most High holds my heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're serving the Most High the way they want to serve Him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what people do. People serve God the way they want to serve God instead of the way God wants to be served. Now, would you be in a relationship like that? Would you stay in a relationship with someone that loves you the way they want to love you and not the way you want to be loved? I know a woman wouldn't. I know women, men are a little different. Men, we be sticking it out. You know what I'm saying? Like the divorce rate comes from women. That's real talk. Women get mad, get fed up as soon as something don't go their way. What time is it? Time, because I interview all day. You know what? I think this may not work. This may not. We may need to take a break. Like, damn, my phone was dead. I was at work. God damn. Listen, I'm gonna get rid of you out quick. But the Lord is trying to get you to understand that you gotta hold fast to Him and you gotta serve Him the way He wants to be served, not the way you want to serve Him. Because if you won't take that in a relationship, why should God take that from you? Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about murderers? Somebody give me some feedback. Type it. The question is, do you love a murderer? Type it in the chat. Did somebody say something? Does anybody please answer the question? Do you love a murderer? Any answers yet? Anybody? Nobody answered the question. Do you love a thief? Let me ask y'all. Do y'all love murderers? No. What about a thief? Right, come in your house, steal your shit. Do you love them? No. Do you love them? No, I don't either. What about somebody that sleep with your wife? An adulteress. Do you love an adulteress? Do you love rapists? How many of you type yes in the chat if you love rapists? Everybody saying no. What about give me another one. Since we all sin, and it's God should still love us. A liar. Do you love a liar? No, nobody love a liar. Nobody love somebody they can't trust. So why should God still love you? Huh? If you don't, why should God? It's the same thing. The Lord loves. If you want God to love you, okay, let's not say God. If a murderer, a rapist, a thief, a liar wants me to love them, then what do they have to do? Let's just see. Type it in. Because if you don't understand it, then I didn't do my job in class. Now, in order for me to start to love a murderer and a thief and someone who lies, what does that person have to do? Type it in. I can go ahead and end class. Thank you. Stop. That's what you have to do. You have to stop. You have to change. Once you stop and change, now I don't have to see you for who you were because you're no longer that anymore, and now I can love you. That's how the Most High feels about you. He sees the sin that you commit. Give me that. Give me Ecclesiastes 4. Because your church teaches you that God loves the sinner but hates the sin. God hates the sinner and the sin. That's what the Bible says. Go ahead, read that. Yeah.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 4. Give to the godly man.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
Oh, he hates the sin.
Hateth sinners.
God hates the sinners. That's what the Bible said. Let me see. The sin. Keep going.
And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
So what's the Lord saying? The Lord said he hates sinners and he's going to repay vengeance to you. So what do you need to stop doing for God to hate you? So God, stop hating you. Stop being a sinner. That's the only thing you have to do. You're gonna have to stop it. If you don't stop it, he's gonna want to bring vengeance to you when he see you. That's all we're trying to teach you is how to love God and how to get him to love you. Because he's sick and tired of our shit. For real. And I would be too. You get life after life after life. You come back and you do the same thing over and over. And then you walk by the priest and you laugh at, look at how these niggas dress. Look at how they look. Look at this. Oh, they wives stupid. Oh, they wives weak. Oh, look at this. Oh, look. Oh, they don't do this. Oh, they. Okay. When that becomes the majority, you're going to be the minority. But you'll know you won't ever laugh at it again because the next time you come on earth, you'll be one of us. The Lord is going to kill you and bring you back one of us. And you're going to be a stupid wife. You're going to be a man that dress weird. You're going to be a nappy-headed Negro. What you going to be? Thus said the Lord. Any more questions? We good on Clubhouse? We good on YouTube? What about Facebook? You said we got a question on Facebook? Are we good to go? All right. With that, we're going to pass the class over to Priest Officer Capayor. Thanks.
This is the ISUPK security announcement. We're the ISUPK started out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York. New brother and sister. New brother and sister comes to the school. They're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves up. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother is a particular person, he must have permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, 3, verse 8 through 10. Mind you, 10% of every penny of any income the Lord gives. Give to the treasury or teacher. Priest funds, free will offerings, not mandatory, as whatsoever amount. Upcoming holy convocation. We got the memorial of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Friday, 15th, September 2022. You can find this in the book of Leviticus 23, verse 24 to 25. And if anybody wants to get a trooper in school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And this will include the eyes.
All right, with that, Majim, which means to stand. Saw, we're going to face the east. Say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodah.
Kodash. Ayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
How?
Ayah.
Our Father,
hallowed be thy name. Thy power, thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us
Forgive
our
us
debts
our debts
as we forgive
as we
our
forgive
debtors.
And so,
and lead us
not
into temptation, but
deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
Thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
So be it.
Lord, courtesy salute to the brothers in of Israel, Hamayim Shabbat, Hamayim Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Matah, Saw, courtesy salute to the sisters, courtesy salute, men of Israel, Hamayim Shabbat, Hamayim Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh Matah, dismissed. I'm too yeah, I'm good. Yep. In the class on the Clubhouse. All right, Clubhouse. We thank y'all for showing up today. Let me see. We got we're gonna be doing the class every Sunday from 12:30 to 2:30. You know, whatever zones you in, get in contact with a camp leader in that area, somebody in the school in that area, get in these classes, man, and start your 90 days to become a new creature in Christ. You know what I mean? So you can get away from